Hi guys, welcome to the part 2 of fixing this crashed S50 Boulevard slash Intruder 800. This could also be helpful for people that just want to do their fork seals. I got my used tube and I got my fork seals, my fork oil. You're gonna need a 6mm long Allen socket. You're gonna need impact gun, and I use this heavy towel. I'll show you later what I need it for, and my measuring cup for new oil, and the tool to install your new seal. You'll see later how this works. Drain the oil. So I'm gonna get this oil out of here, most of it anyway. This is a messy job. No matter how much you try to avoid getting oil on you or floor or somewhere, you will get it on you. Okay, I'm going to put this back together just by hand. On this one, it's a little different situation because it's bent. If you have one that is straight, the reason why I like to keep the top assembled, because it actually helps you from the bottom part over here spinning on you when you try to take the bottom bolt off. This fork, we'll see what happens, but anyway, I just, that's how I do it. I've been used to doing it like that for years. So now I'm going to take my nasty old rag that you probably wondered what I wanted it for, and I'm going to put it on the floor, and I turn this and put it like that. The reason why I use that rag, because I don't want to scratch the chrome, and this way I can lean it on the ground and work that way. On some bikes you don't need the deep socket. On this one you do, because the socket, the bolt is way down there. Get your impact gun, screwdriver that helps you hold it down. I always put pressure on it downward. That keeps the bottom from spinning. Alright, came out. This bottom bolt has a brass washer on it. This motorcycle, it's got a metal cover that goes over the fork seal, and here is how you get it off. Comes off like that. Next thing, I'm going to take the dust seal off. A little flathead screwdriver, just wedge it in between and it comes right off. And then we got our clip that holds the oil seal. The clip only comes off with the screwdriver, no special tools needed. Okay, and all we got left, we got to separate the lower and the tube. The way we're gonna do that, we just basically gonna jerk it back and forth like this, and in kind of like a slide hammer move, they will come apart. Just like that. I got my oil drain pan ready because I knew there was going to be more oil in here. I'm going to show you the design of the fork. You got bushings, smaller, bigger one, washer, then you have your seal, and then you have the clip that we took off your dust seal. So we're going to slip these out. I'm going to have to undo my top to slide them off. There's a spacer here that comes off. Now I gotta find a way to get the spring from here because it's stuck in there since it's bent here, because I like to use the original dampener and the spring. Don't want to really use the stuff I got on eBay because this is just so much nicer. So I'm gonna cut over here and hopefully the spring's gonna come out. Alright, the spring is out. Here we got the damper. It goes this way. I took my bushings from the original fork. There's a Teflon right here on these bushings, and as you can see the difference, the Teflon is all gone. This one is still in good shape. So these three, not going to use that. I'm going to use these. I'm going to put my fork seal on this side, which is the top side. Carefully slide it on. That's going to hold my other stuff from falling out of the way. Put my washer. The larger spacer, and this is now very important. It's going to make your assembly a lot easier. See this little gap in here? You want to close that gap. Basically go this way with it. Kind of bend it in, let it pop back, turn it around and do the same thing again. Pop over like this and pop it back. The reason why I do this, because it has to fit right in here, and it's very tight fit. It won't go in easily. You gotta tap it in with your tool. So if you close it like this, it's gonna be a lot easier. See, it won't even slide down on its own. It's just nice and snug. That's what you want. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. This one is a lot thinner, so it's much easier to do it with. Close that, and that goes right here. It'll snap in. So now I got my same order that I was showing you earlier. Now I'm gonna put my damper that I took from my original bent piece. I'll drop that in. It's gonna come out over here. The next thing is my spring. This is a progressive spring. The coil is wound up tighter on one side than the other, as you can tell here. The tighter side goes on top. Okay. Washer. It fell into the oil earlier. It goes on top of the spring, and then followed by, I'm gonna screw my top bolt in. A lot of people will disagree, but like I told you earlier, I like to do it. Put some tension right here. See, right now this thing it's a lot harder to turn because the spring is pushing on it. Now we're gonna put our bottom piece on. I want to move the bushings and my seal out of the way. Then I pick up my fork, lower, and put it like that. Don't forget to put your rag under, not to scratch my top bolt. Now I'll take a little paper towel and a small screwdriver. I'll put it through the axle hole. Look all this. And from the top, stick my screwdriver and kind of wipe everything clean. Don't scratch anything up. And same with the bolt. Take my brake parts cleaner from Walmart. Show you. This one's great. Clean the bolt from all the grease. Then I'll take a RTV silicone. You can take any silicone that you buy for like engine gaskets or stuff. I use this Worth German stuff. It's great. Those little tubes, you know, they like to dry up. Then I'm gonna put the silicone helps me also hold the washer in place. I'm gonna get this started, but barely started, just so I know it's not cross-threaded. And I pick up my impact gun and tighten it up. What I do, I have this on maximum and I kind of let it slip through my, but I know it's tight enough. Now it's the important part. This is the trick that it took me a while to come up with, just over the years, you know, struggling with trying to bang the seal in over all these and damaging it sometimes. So anyway, this is the bushing that you want to get started first. So I'm gonna use the bushing and the washer and this tool. This tool works just like a sliding hammer. So this is adjustable. This has two halves. It's protected here so it doesn't scratch your fork. And then I basically get it started. So I'm not beating on the seal. The seal is out of the way. I just get this started, and I know the seal is gonna have a lot easier way to get in because I don't have to force it over this. This will just come right out. The bushing and the recess, it's even, so I know I have it as far as down as I need to go. Now I can put this back in, and I use WD-40 on the outside of this. Anything that, you know, helps to make it slide down. It's no fun to do this job twice. It's really no fun to do it once, but so here's my FORKS. It still takes a little effort to get it in, but it would be a lot harder if you try to get it in over those bushings and the washers. Now you're just getting the seal in, nothing else. Put your retaining ring, which is this one right here. It just pops in like this with the screwdriver, or you can use this tool to just kind of push it in. My retainer is in all the way. I had to undo my top temporarily because I need to slide my dust seal on and this chrome cover. So dust seal. A lot of times it goes just on by hand. If you gotta help it a little bit, I use a rubber mallet, just like this. That won't hurt the fork. Same with this. Okay, here on this bike you have a clear indentation right there that meets this groove in the fork. Line the indentations. I'm gonna put this side in first, and then all I gotta do is put this half in. Alright, so that's in good. So now start putting oil in it. You can look up the oil amount on the internet for your bike. Usually you can find it, somebody posts it. I put about a half, and then I pump some to get the, you can kind of feel the difference when it gets into the dampening part of the fork, so it makes it a little harder to come back. The more you put, I definitely feel it, can even hear it. It just helps so it doesn't overfill. The oil gets sucked in where it's supposed to go. The next I gotta find my spacer. Goes back in. And I'm gonna put again temporary this top rail, because on this motorcycle you have to put it in the bike first, and after it's already in the bike you put this top rail on. I still got the other fork to do, but basically we are done over here. The fork tube is replaced, it's got a new seal on it, and that's it. So second one's gonna be the same thing, so I'm not gonna show it again. And please subscribe to see my other videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna do the part 3 where I'm putting the fork back in the bike, basically putting it back down on the ground and changing the handlebars so I can actually move it around. And so come back and watch some more videos with me. Thank you so much.